stay right there. Hey! I'm being attacked. Okay, well, cheers. You fucking stay right there. All right, tonight we had game 1 of the Bucks and the Nets. First game of the second round across the entire NBA, and it was a bit of a letdown. I'm not going to lie to you. The final score, 115-107. The Nets win game 1. I don't think that final score is very indicative of how this game actually went. I think the Nets blew the Bucks out of the water the entire third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, and ran away with this game. It was just the bench unit for the Bucks who kept this game closer than what the score may indicate. Obviously, the story of this game is James Harden. He leaves 40 seconds into the game, injuring that right hamstring, that's given him issues all season long. We're going to have to wait and see what the deal is with that. If he's going to miss any time, obviously, it is a much different series. If you're a Nets fan, you're worried about the James Harden injury, obviously, but you're very excited about what you have seen tonight. And as just a neutral fan, I mean, if the Nets take care of business in this series easily, they're just running through the league. It's going to be the Nets winning the finals very easily. That's the way that I feel. I think this Bucks team is literally really the only team that can give them much of trouble. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. That's the way that I see it. And, I mean, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are who they are, right? We know who those two are. We know what they're going to give you offensively on a night-to-night basis. I thought KD also played some great defense tonight as well. But Blake Griffin had a monster game. He had a huge game, especially by like 2021 Blake Griffin standards. Blake Griffin was phenomenal tonight. Joe Harris did his thing. Mike James off the bench gave you huge production as well in place of James Harden. If you're going to get this from Blake Griffin and some of the other role players, Joe Harris, you kind of know what Joe Harris is going to give you. I mean, he was 5-9 from deep tonight, but you know that's what Joe Harris is capable of doing. There's no chance you beat this Nets team. There's just next to none. And if you're a Bucks fan, right, I'm not ready to sound the alarms at all for the Bucks yet. We know the Bucks weren't going to win at 4. The Bucks weren't going to win at 5. You're the lower seed. You're on the road. You win game 2 on the road. It's a much different series, right? So losing game 1 isn't the end of the world. Even though James Harden, again, played 40 seconds, you would like to have won this game. I mean, this game was there for the taking for you because KD didn't have the most efficient of nights, at least by Kevin Durant standards, and the same exact thing could be said for Kyrie, who went 11 of 26. Again, though, I think Kyrie played well. Like the stats are the stats, but just the eye test, I thought Kyrie played a really good game. If you're if you're a Bucks fan, right, you're a little disappointed you didn't win this game, but also as a team, you shot 6 of 30 from deep. You were 20% from beyond the arc. You're not going to win any game like that. I do think there are some positives though for this Bucks team, even in a loss when James Harden was out in the first 40 seconds of the game. I think there are some positives that you can build on and some things that you can look at and say, all right, if we fix this, and that, then we have a really good chance in the series. I thought Brook Lopez and Giannis dominated down low. Like, I don't know what they did, why in the second half of the game it felt like they were settling for more and more jump shots. It didn't really look like there was much of an adjustment from Brooklyn's side of things. But early in the game, Brook Lopez dominated this game. Brook Lopez was a dominating force down low, getting offensive rebounds, getting in position, getting easy layups, this, and that. Like, they had no answer for him at all. And Giannis, early in the game, was able to get to his spots down low, and it was easy for Giannis. I mean, you know when Giannis gets down low, he's unstoppable. It felt like early on they were able to do that, but then they just started shooting 3 and 3 and 3, and they couldn't hit. I mean, Chris Middleton was garbage tonight. There's no two ways around it. And if you're a Bucks fan, do you really expect Chris Middleton to go 6 of 23 again in this series? Maybe not. So you look at that. I mean, Drew offensively didn't have a good game. I thought Drew had a good game, though. I do. I think overall, I thought Drew played pretty well. But I don't know. I'm not ready to sound the alarm for the Bucks yet. Even though they lost game 1, you were never going to win in 4. You were never going to win in 5, right? You lose game 1, fine. If you can win game 2 on the road in Brooklyn, you did your job. So that's what I'm looking at if I'm the Bucks, if I'm a Bucks fan. I like what I saw down low from Brook Lopez and Giannis. That encourages me moving forward in this series. You just got to get the 3-ball falling. You're on 6 of 30 from 3. You're not going to win. This is a Bucks team that, yes, with Giannis, Brook Lopez, they can do things down low, and we saw that tonight. But they also rely on the 3-point shot a lot. And tonight it just was not falling. So you're going to have to get that going. Again, defensively, I thought you did a pretty good job, honestly, on KD and Kyrie Irving. Now, again, if you're a Bucks fan, you have to say, all right, is Blake Griffin having that production again? Is Mike James, if James Harden is out, is he having that production again? Probably not. You know what? If those two are going to have that production the rest of the series, then you're fucked either way. You were never going to win the series to begin with. So that's kind of the way that I'm feeling. This Nets team is insanely fun to watch. I do know that this Nets team is just intoxicating. They have great ball move. You would think, like, with the players they have on their team, this is what everybody was fearful of regarding this Nets team, which was a dumbass thing to be fearful of from the beginning, was that, oh my God, there's not enough balls for that team. They're just going to dribble. They're not going to have any chemistry. This team moves the ball incredibly well. You can tell Kyrie is Kyrie is Kyrie, right? But he's very, very willing to pass the ball. KD is very, very willing to pass the ball. And that leads to some very pretty sequences. I think of one, I can't remember exactly when, I think it was late in the third, where I think everybody on the Nets team touched the ball, and it led to a Joe Harris wide open three on the wing, and he hit it. It was just beautiful basketball to watch. I'm also thinking of that fast break. It was a 3-on-1 fast break. Kyrie had the ball, threw it over his head to KD, who threw it down in transition. It's a fun team to watch for sure. And if they're clicking, because you know you're going to get from Kevin Durant, you know you're going to get from Kyrie Irving. If James Harden is healthy and playing, you know you're going to get from James Harden. But if they can get this type of production from Blake Griffin and Joe Harris and Mike James over the course of a 7-game series, they're absolutely unbeatable. There's nobody who has a chance of beating them. Period. So we'll see. We'll see how this series goes moving forward. It was a fun stream. Thank you, all the new subscribers. I promise you guys will not regret it. And it's a busy day tomorrow, man. It's a busy day tomorrow. We have 2 games tomorrow. First one being the Hawks and the 76ers at noon Central Time. Interestingly enough, we'll be streaming that game, obviously. And then 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Game 7. Game 7. Mavs and Clippers. Game 7. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We'll see what happens. I will see you guys then, okay? Enjoy your Saturday night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.